It's your favorite Dr. Honey, Dr. Faith Abraham, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to be talking about stepping into blessings, blessings on me. Anywhere I go, they'll be. Anywhere I go, they'll be. That's a little song that's on trending right now on Instagram, and it's so cute. I love it. So we're going to talk about stepping into blessings and how to attract abundance. But here's the truth about it. And I know I have to use some of these titles and these ways of talking to attract you and draw you in so that you will click the video and watch. However, I believe that you don't have to attract abundance. You already are abundant. You are abundant. You are abundance. You are blessed. You are a blessing. So you don't have to look externally outside of you to figure out where it is. Where's your blessing? Where's your abundance? Where is this? Where is that? It's you. It's already in you. That's who you are. That's who you're called to be. If you are a child of the Most High who is abundant, then that means because you have your Heavenly Father's DNA, that means that you already have greatness, abundance, blessings, all running up inside of you. It's a wrap. It's a done deal. Nevertheless, I would be remiss if I did not tell you that there's 3 things that are blocking that abundance from flowing out of you, from making itself manifest, from you being able to actually tangibly see it in your life. So let's get into that today. First and foremost, if you are new here, well, welcome. Where you been? I'm glad you're here. Go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to this channel if you like these videos that I create for you, because on this channel we talk about, and I create these videos for you because I don't want you to have to deal with the pain and suffer and struggle as long and as hard as I did when I was in that era of being broke, having nothing. I followed the path of going to school, getting good grades, graduating, getting a job, and I couldn't get a good job. I was getting paid $9 an hour. And so I know the struggle, and I also know the development and the sacrifice that I had to make to get from $9 an hour to being the co-founder of a $30 million company. And so I make these videos to help you to get to where you know you are meant to be, and you can experience the things that you know you're supposed to experience. So join me. Oh, your reality can be as big and as grand and as great as you sense within your spirit it should be. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to number 1. Number 1 is your emotions. Yes, your emotions can absolutely hinder and block the abundance that is already within you, because your emotions are directly connected to your thoughts. I call it T. Your TEA, thoughts lead to emotions, and emotions facilitate your actions. And whatever actions that you take over and over and over again is going to determine the results that you get. So if your emotions are all over the place, you're full of doubt, you don't believe, you're very negative, you're pessimistic, you go back and forth as to whether or not you deserve certain things or you don't deserve certain things, those are your emotions just flowing all over the place. And if you think about it, it's like syrup. Like you put the syrup on your waffle and you're like, okay, great. I'm going to enjoy my waffle with my syrup. And then when you're done, you have like sticky hands and there's stuff on the table and your glass is now a little bit sticky. And you're like, how did the syrup even get on all of these places? That's how your emotions are. And your emotions get all over the place and cripple your abundance from coming forth. So what you have to do is really look at your thoughts in your T. Because once you address your thoughts, the thoughts are causing your emotions What thoughts are you having? Do you feel like you don't deserve it? Do you feel like you're not worthy? Are you used to people telling you that you don't deserve something or you're not worthy of it? Do you have a very high sense of rejection, sensitivity? Are you such an empath that you haven't learned how to regulate your emotions? And of course, that means you haven't learned how to regulate your thoughts. These things all come together cumulatively and cause your abundance to not come forth out of you. So you have to get off the emotional roller coaster and get into a place where you are feeling your emotion, but you're not allowing your emotion to rule and reign over you. That is the biggest key. Number 2 is your perspective. Now, I talked about this just a little bit in the first piece, so I'm going to elaborate on it over here on your perspective. Your perspective is like the lenses that you wear in life. And if you have glasses, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody's lenses are different. And this eye is like -3, and then this eye is -2.5. But then in someone else's eye, it's -2.25, and then -3 or -0.25 or whatever. Everyone's frames and lenses so that they can see 2020 through their glasses is different. And that also helps us to know and realize that your perspective on life is different. And you will need to do the mental work of reprogramming, reframing your perspective on life. And if you need help with this, I do have a free mini course that you can take that will help you to do this. Just go in the comment section or look in the description box and you'll see the link there. I have that for you so that you can learn how to reprogram your mind, because unfortunately society really does a good job of programming and wiring us to anticipate bad things are going to happen when a lot of good stuff is happening. And I have a video on that, and I'm going to tag it in this video so you can learn more about that. Has a really good job of us being negative and not having an expectation of good things, not having faith that good things can happen to us, or abundance is our birthright. If you recall, early on in the Bible, when Adam and Eve were living life and enjoying life, every single thing they needed was already provided. Let me say it again, because it's a good preach, and it's the truth. Everything they needed was already provided. Everything we need is already provided. But if we don't have the right perspective, then, and we don't wear the right glasses and lenses through life, then we're going to see things in a way that's not clear, that's not 2020, that doesn't help us to have hope and believe that we have a future, that doesn't help us to feel like God has a plan and a purpose for our lives that was predestined even before the world was formed, that doesn't give us a perspective that God knew us even before we were formed in our mother's womb, that we were actually the apple of his eye, that he created us as gods, little g gods, but many of us will die and live like mere regular men because we don't know who we are. So your perspective has to shift so that you can see clearly 2020 and know that abundance is your birthright and it belongs to you. And when you come and you stand from that place, what happens is the abundance is, of course, it comes to you, but what it's actually doing is showing itself forth because you have the lens that are clear to help you to see what actually is. And I do have a little exercise for you on this. If you would, go and drive around a little bit. Go and see all the trees. Go and see how many oceans there are, how much water, how much wildlife, how many birds there are that are flying in the morning when you sip your morning coffee. Look at all the blades of grass. Well, are wearing this turtleneck, so it's kind of chilly. So you may see a shift in the green grass, but you will see a lot of beautiful, colorful leaves falling from the trees. And you're like, golly, all these leaves. Like my husband and my boys always complain, like, there's always leaves in the yard. There's always, how many trees are there around here? There's an abundance of leaves. And instead of complaining, I always tell them, well, guys, there's just an abundance of leaves. Not a big deal. It's just to show you how abundant life is. And they're like, okay, Mom. But it's the truth. It's just a great little focal point that also helps to reprogram your mind by noticing the abundance that's already all around you. What about all the love in your life? What about all the, tell me in the comment section what you like to focus on. What piece of abundance shows up in your life the most that you like to enjoy and indulge in, okay? Which takes me to number 3. And number 3 is your attitude of gratitude. Do you know that the easiest way to achieve a level of happiness is to begin to be grateful for what you have? Studies show that when you begin to express gratitude, when you meditate and you think on things that you have that are provided to you, that are already showing up in your life. So you're focused on what is already there versus focus on what's not there yet. Focus on what you have versus on focusing on what you're working towards or what you don't have yet. When you focus on this, it grows and grows and grows. And it actually allows for negative emotions to die down. It allows for your thoughts to be more poised towards abundance, towards positive things. And it removes the resistance that may be happening within you for that abundance. But you have to maintain your attitude of gratitude. So let me know what you are grateful for, and I'll share with you in the comments as well, because gratitude is super powerful. A lot of us are waiting for this thing to happen or that person to love us or that person to do something, when actually our happiness is right inside of us. It is what we can be grateful for, and it triggers the emotion of happiness. All right, guys, that's the video for today. How and what will you do to allow that abundance that's already within you to flow forth? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure you get the mini course while it's still available for free. And I'm going to allow YouTube to pop something here on the screen. And it's actually the video that they said that you would like from me, so you can continue on in this flow of shifting your reality for the greatness that's already within you, the abundance that's already in you. And with that, I'm going to see you in the next video.